I'm going to try and jack this up. That's the main beam, and the way it's jacked up, I don't believe, I mean, it's working for now, but I don't think that's the right way to do it. I think you really got to get that jacked up, and then for the winter, for the snow load on the roof, because that's coming down on that one, I do believe, a lot of it. I'm going to try and get some blocks under here. Of course, that looks like it's not cut straight, so I'm going to have to cut that off more with a chainsaw or something. I do believe, I've been thinking, there's powder post speedo holes in this building. I was thinking that's why these have been crushing over, but I don't see many holes. The powder post speedos do come and go apparently. They don't necessarily ruin the building in the infestation that has happened in the past. They come and go as they please, it sounds like, from my research, but this needs to be addressed before winter. It's on the goal sheet, on the plan. I'm going to try and spray all my post beams with boracare, at least a couple in this area. I was going to cut this off tonight, but now it's getting dark out. Looks like there's some mold, mildew. I believe it would be fungus, white fungus on top of the wood. Just behind this board there, ripped off. This board actually looks like it did have powder post beetle damage. So I'm going to try and cut that off up here and buy some boracare. Insecticide, fungicide, I guess it's both in one, so that's quite a deal. But that's another video. I'm actually going to use something cheaper. It's another day. Oh, am I sore after doing all these concrete bags. I don't even know how many I mixed. Well, I have a mixer that mixed them, but still have to lug them around. Still work. I think I did about 30 bags. But I think we have a footing that looks respectable. I did add one more rebar, a nice thick 5/8 stuff, because directly above is a beam. Well, at the time I was thinking that was the main beam because I was trying to work quick. Although that is a good support beam, it's an extra one. That was on the end. Either way, all these meow meow, all these other rebars, they're too small. Here's another 5/8 I put in. This must have been 1/4 inch that the guy had me just working on this for me for a while. Anyways, they actually were placed 2 feet apart, so probably would have been fine. But I did some reading in my book, and they only need to be 4 feet apart. So I went every other. And there we go. The whole footing wall is about 6 inches taller, so we're going in the right direction. I just gotta pull the form off of the other side. Looks like we got a little bit low in the middle. Well, not quite the middle, but I was running short on concrete. I actually used some old stuff that was half hardened up, crushed it apart. I was not going to buy any more concrete. I've spent too much money on concrete this year. So, I think it did wet the concrete before I poured on top of it. I think it's okay. There's a few air pockets in there. Just trying to do it nice and stiff with not as much water as I wanted, because apparently concrete mixed with less water is stronger. This is kind of goofy, but that was just extra because the frame that the other guy had was so goofy. I just tried to square it up a little bit. So it is what it is. So I was gonna wait until next season to do any block work, but I think I'm actually gonna try and lay one course of blocks. I just have to figure out where the center line is supposed to be on this 1800s building. I just don't know. I mean, you actually can see that is an original tenon from the mortise and tenon construction, but this is all rotten. I need to get this post out of here. Spray it down with Boracare. It looks like in the past there's been a few in there. Small powder post beetle borers. There's a bunch there too. You don't see any frass on it though, any sawdust, so a lot of times they'll get into wood, I guess, and then they just complete their cycle and leave. Other times, I think if the wood stays wet, they don't leave so soon. And I'm ready to jack this up. This is my jacking board I created. I got my jack under it. I think I'm going to stick one more 2x6 on the outside here. Get a little more meat, and then I can move this jack over. 20-ton jack, 40,000 pound jack. That should lift it, no problem. Thanks for watching. Come again.